Hello and welcome back, resellers. If you sell on platforms such as eBay or Poshmark, we're here to help. We've researched and calculated the percent sell-through rate for over 400 brands of men's clothing selling on eBay. This info will give us an idea of how fast these brands sell overall in every category, including activewear, hoodies, coats, shorts, and much more. This video will cover brands ranked near the middle of the list. Brands with a sell-through rate between 30 and 40% have been labeled as C tier. Don't forget to check out our women's list ranked A through F to see which brands made it to the top. To help us decide which clothing brands are worth reselling, we calculated the average percent sell-through rate for all 400 plus men's brands included in our research. As of May 2023, 2.5 million items sold on eBay in the last 90 days, and there were 8.5 million listings. This gives us a sell-through rate of 30%. The sell-through rate is calculated by dividing the number of solds by the number of current listings. This gives us a snapshot of how many items are selling in a 90-day period. Divide by 3 and you'll find the monthly rate. Just be aware, items with a low sell-through rate will require more time to sell, and you should consider how much storage you're able to provide before sourcing these brands. Other factors that can influence how fast an item will sell are the quality of photos, price, size, and condition. Please note all the percent sell-through rates presented in this video are based on 90 days. At 30%, we have Lee, Asics, Orvis, Adidas, Stafford, and Kubavera. Lee is well known for jeans, and there are 28,000 listings currently, which is very saturated for the market. Orvis is another very popular outdoor brand. It is high quality, but the market is saturated as well with 38,000 listings. And it's no surprise to me, but maybe to you, Adidas has 124,000 listings on eBay currently for men's clothing. This means it's very difficult to get your items sold for this brand without having quality photos and the right price point. At 31%, we have JanSport and Urban Outfitters. At 32%, we have WWE, Buffalo David Bitton, Budweiser, Winterland, Royal Robbins, and Billabong. Winterland is a production company that also produced concert t-shirts. I've showcased a few of the items from this brand in my hip-hop vintage t-shirt video. If you already watched my D-list video, you may have noticed that I had Buffalo David Bitton at 23%. Well, it turns out there's another company called Buffalo Jeans, and some of the sold listings when I checked are for the David Bitton brand, and some are not. So if you look at the brands list on eBay, you'll see Buffalo David Bitton twice because they were just typed in slightly differently, and Buffalo Jeans once on the list. Because resellers list brands like this in a different way, it causes confusion. Based on my calculations, the Buffalo David Bitton jeans have a sell-through rate somewhere between 32 and 41%. And this other brand called Buffalo Jeans is ranked lower with a sell-through rate that is probably less than 23%. Because some of the solds were for the other brand. And I'm sure you noticed that WWE is an entertainment company and they're producing a lot of t-shirts, but like the other non-clothing companies, they're basically just being mislabeled on eBay as a brand for clothing. At 33%, we have Wrangler, Foundry, Tommy Bahama, Ralph Lauren, Umbro, and Tultex. Wrangler is another well-known company for its denim. And again, this one's going to be saturated. It has 130,000 listings on eBay. And I'm showing Ralph Lauren at 33%, but I also have other Ralph Lauren brands. And unfortunately, listers on eBay sometimes mislabel their products. So people will label Polo Ralph Lauren for something that's just Ralph Lauren, or they'll label something that's RLX Ralph Lauren as something that's just Ralph Lauren. And so you're going to have a mixed bag when it comes to seeing what sold for each of these. I'm just placing them based off of the name, so strictly the name Ralph Lauren on eBay has a 33% sell-through rate, but I will show some other Ralph Lauren brands throughout this list. Tommy Bahama and Ralph Lauren are well-known names for resellers, and they do get a lot of listings. So Tommy Bahama has 130,000 listings and Ralph Lauren has 92,000 listings. At 34%, we have Donald Ross, Kahala, Tori Richard, Roar, Pink, and Jane Barnes. At 35%, we have Ermenegildo Zegna, REI Co-op, Givenchy, Armani, and Primitive. Also at 35%, we have Screen Stars, Union Bay, Liquid Blue, Life is Good, Mossy Oak, and Brooks Brothers. Screen Stars is a vintage t-shirt company, and Liquid Blue is also a t-shirt company. Now, I'm a little surprised to see Life is Good so low on this list. I personally like this brand because the fabrics have that worn-in feeling. They mostly make quality, durable t-shirts. This brand seems to sell quickly for me, but let me know what you think. Brooks Brothers is another very popular brand. It's well made and resellers usually pick this up often. It has 77,000 listings on eBay. At 36%, we have Southern Tide, Helix, and Eli Cattleman. At 37%, we have Nike, Faconable, Vans, and No Fear. Now, this is for all Nike clothing. This is obviously a dominating brand. There are 357 listings currently on eBay for this brand alone. So it's not easy to move Nike clothing. I mean, 37% is pretty good, but it's not fast enough. If you want to know which type of Nike athletic brand clothing are selling on eBay, check out my other video that deep dives into what the bolos are, sell-through rates for individual types of items for activewear. At 37%, we have US Army, Link Soul, Abercrombie & Fitch, and members only. So US Army is obviously not a clothing company, but they do have a lot of merchandise out there. And Abercrombie & Fitch is another very popular brand. I thought there would be a lot more listings. There are actually 30,000 listings on eBay currently for Abercrombie. At 38%, we have Oakley, Salt Life, The Territory Ahead, Uniqlo, Duluth, Billy Reed, and Savain. Duluth is a high quality brand, but also has a bit of a saturation with 33,000 listings. Oakley has 17,000 listings, which isn't terrible. And I've actually just recently learned about Savain, so we did not hear about this brand before. I'm thinking it's a department store brand, just based on the style that I see. It's usually men's shorts that I find for Savain or pants. And they've been selling for us. Let me know what you think of that brand. With a sell-through rate of 39%, we have Scotch & Soda, American Fighter, Rothco, Gitman Bros, and John Barbados. At 40%, we have Dolce & Gabbana, Canali, New Balance, Fox, Averix, and Johnston & Murphy. And the last brands on our list at 40% are Pendleton, Robert Graham, FootJoy, Wilson's Leather, Juanita, and Saint Laurent. Pendleton, Robert Graham, and FootJoy are high-quality brands, but they do have saturated markets. Robert Graham has 22,000 listings, Pendleton has 19,000, and FootJoy has 30,000. I would recommend for Pendleton that you look out for vintage items. They seem to do really well on eBay. And I personally haven't picked up a lot of Wilson Leather. I know the brand, but I didn't think it would move that quickly. But I'm going to take another look now that I know that it has a 40% sell-through rate. That's actually pretty good for this brand. Make sure you check out our women's list and click the notification button so you don't miss the rest of the men's clothing list. We hope you find this information useful. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment letting us know which brands or categories you would like us to research in the future. Thanks for your support!